Joe Biden has a pretty comfortable lead in the national polls and in even a lot of the swing state polls that would give him 270 electoral votes plus to become the next president. What do we expect the Republicans to say this week, and how are they going to run their campaign to knock Joe Biden down? Peter?
Well, it's clear. It's already started. It's going to be an all-out assault on Biden's character, in that he has not been strong on certain issues. It's going to be an attack on the Democrats being pandering to socialists. It's going to be an attack on the Democratic ticket as being that they're not going to be strong on law and order. It's going to be an all-out 4-day assault on the Democratic ticket, and they better be ready.
Thurgood, do you think the Democrats will be ready?
I do. I think the good news for the Democrats in dealing with this is that the Trump campaign and the president himself has, in his own clumsy way, telegraphed all these moves. He labeled the Democrats' convention last week as dark. He has been campaigning on this, bad folks are taking over the cities and they're coming to the suburbs, so you better save yourself by voting for them. And he's playing this, once again, this Obi-Wan Kenobi, the economy is not what you think it is, and the COVID virus is not what you think it is. I've been the savior. And he does seem to be talking about what we predicted previously, which is he's the only person that can get you back to where you were on the economy personally. And his evidence of that is the stock market. But he has yet to address the disconnect between the suffering that has gone on, both because of the health issues, the pandemic, and because of the way the economy has hit individuals. So the opportunities will remain for the Democrats after this week. They've just got to have steady, clear response each day. And by the way, we've already had a number of lucky strokes in the last few days, and I expect that to continue as well.
I mean, Steve, there's a couple of good things. One is we all decry the rise of independent super PACs, but the one thing we know for sure among the Democrat-leaning independent super PACs are that they are not going to give Trump a free ride. So even if Joe Biden and the DNC had a snooze fest over the next 4 days, the Lincoln Project and other groups are going to go all out against Trump. So he's not going to get a free ride. But I think the Democrats, I saw a Biden ad tonight on the evening news, and it was very tough, and it was very effective. So I think they're not going to make the mistake of dozing off and giving Trump a free ride. Fox News is as good as Pravda was in their heyday. They're a nonstop mouthpiece of the administration. There is no fairness doctrine. The Federalist Society took care of that, and to complain about it is foolishness. We got to live with it, and we got to use it to our advantage if we can. See, and I think Trump, the reason he's going on all 4 nights is that he understands, or he believes that he, in fact, is the only thing that will draw his supporters to watch this thing. And if he's not on, then they're not on. They're not there to watch any of the subcasts. Democrats, have an interest in seeing, well, I wonder what so-and-so is going to look like. The Trump faithful have no interest. They're after him, and that he understands that. That's why he's feeding them each night. There's going to be a SEAL show every night, for an hour as he goes on.
And it's pretty astounding. The former Republican president, the former Republican vice president, the former Republican nominee, the former Republican vice presidential nominee, all not there. I mean, this really is the Trump show.
He has taken over the party, and no one seems to have objected until just recently. The one thing we do have to be thankful for is that at least we're not going to have an invocation from Jerry Falwell Jr. this time. Isn't that a tragedy, huh? Oh my goodness, who could have believed it?
But we will have Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State from Israel, now politicizing foreign policy at a party convention. It's something that never, ever happened in the past and shouldn't be happening now.
No, it's disgraceful.
I find astonishing that it's even this close at this point. It's a little bit like I was reminded of the John Lovett Saturday Night Live line about the '88 campaign where he said, "I can't believe I'm losing to this guy." This year's version of that is, I can't believe this is not over. Despite the record he has to run on should not be this close.
It is definitely not
extraordinary.
over.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. It's not over. That a person this cruel, this vile, is in the hunt to become president again. Shocking.
Well, we will be back next week to see how they did and how the election sets up. So I don't know if we look forward to it, but I know we'll be watching the next one. See you guys later.
See you guys.